Imagine walking barefoot on scorching pavement in the middle of summer. Painful, right? Now think about your dog. Their paws might look tough, but they're far from invincible. Every day, without realizing it, we might be putting them at risk. There's one quick and simple test that can help you protect your dog's paws from burns, injuries, and long-term damage. In today's video, we're going to reveal exactly what that test is, why it works, and how to keep those precious paws safe all year round. Dogs may not wear shoes, but that doesn't mean their paws are made of armor. A dog's paw pads are designed to cushion each step, provide traction on slippery ground, and protect against rough surfaces. But despite their toughness, paw pads have nerve endings and blood vessels that make them vulnerable to extreme heat, freezing cold, harsh chemicals, and sharp objects. Many people assume that because dogs walk outside every day, they must be used to whatever surface they're on. The truth is that paw pads can burn in a matter of seconds when exposed to high heat. And those burns can be just as painful as they would be for you or me. The worst part is that dogs often won't show obvious signs of pain until the damage is already done, which means they may continue walking even as their paws are being injured. One of the biggest threats comes from asphalt, concrete, and even sand during the summer months. While the air temperature might feel comfortable, the ground can be much hotter. On a sunny day, with an air temperature of around 77 degrees Fahrenheit, asphalt can heat up to about 125 degrees, hot enough to cause serious discomfort for your dog. At 87 degrees, that same surface can climb above 140 degrees, which is high enough to burn skin in less than a minute. On extreme summer days, pavement temperatures can exceed 150 degrees, which is hotter than boiling water. Even outside of the summer season, dark surfaces can absorb and retain heat much faster than you might expect, especially if they're in direct sunlight. That's why it's so important to know about the simple trick called the 7-second rule. This test is quick, free, and could save your dog from painful paw injuries. Before taking your dog out, place the back of your hand or the inside of your wrist on the pavement or surface you plan to walk on. Hold it there for at least 7 full seconds. If you can't keep your hand there without discomfort for the entire time, it's too hot for your dog to walk on safely. The reason for using the back of your hand or your wrist instead of your palm is because these areas are more sensitive, which makes them a better match for how your dog actually experiences heat through their paws. Ignoring this test can lead to serious consequences. Burned paw pads are extremely painful and slow to heal. Dogs with burns may start limping, avoid putting weight on a particular paw, or refuse to walk altogether. You might notice them licking or chewing at their feet excessively, or you might see redness, darkening, or even blisters on their pads. Sometimes they will whine or show signs of discomfort after a walk, but other times the signs are more subtle. Once paw pads are injured, it can take weeks for them to fully recover, and during that time, your dog may have to limit their activity. Burns can also lead to infections if not treated properly, making the injury even more serious. It's best to perform the 7-second test anytime you're unsure about ground temperature. This is especially important on hot, sunny days, after several hours of direct sunlight, or in places with dark, heat-absorbing surfaces. Even in the cooler months, it's worth checking if the pavement has been in the sun for a long time. The difference between what feels comfortable to you in shoes and what your dog feels with bare paws can be huge. While heat is a major concern in summer, cold weather brings its own set of dangers for your dog's paws. In winter, icy sidewalks, frozen ground, and chemical de-icers can cause just as much harm as hot pavement in July. Prolonged exposure to freezing surfaces can lead to frostbite, where the tissues in the paw pads start to freeze. Early signs include pale or grayish pads, a cold touch, and your dog lifting their paws off the ground frequently. If left untreated, frostbite can cause permanent damage to the skin and underlying tissue. In addition, many sidewalks are treated with salt or chemical de-icers, which can be toxic if licked and can cause cracking or burns on contact. Even if your dog doesn't show discomfort right away, these chemicals can irritate their skin and create open wounds that are slow to heal. One of the best ways to protect your dog in extreme temperatures, hot or cold, is to adjust walking times and routes. In the summer, aim for early morning or late evening walks when the ground has cooled down. The same 7-second rule still applies, but chances are much better that the pavement will pass the test during these cooler hours. In winter, midday walks are often warmer and safer, giving the ground time to thaw slightly. If your dog needs to go out during extreme weather, try to stick to grassy or shaded areas, or take shorter, more frequent walks rather than one long outing. Protective gear can also make a big difference. Dog booties are one of the most effective ways to shield your pet's paws from heat, cold, and harmful chemicals. At first, many dogs find them strange or uncomfortable, so it's important to introduce them gradually. Start by letting your dog wear them indoors for short periods, using treats and praise to create a positive association. Over time, they'll learn to walk more naturally with them on. For dogs that refuse to wear boots, a high-quality paw balm can help. These balms create a protective layer over the pads, reducing direct contact with harmful surfaces and preventing cracking from dryness. However, balms are not a replacement for caution. They can help, but they won't make hot pavement safe to walk on. Even with the best precautions, accidents can happen. That's why it's important to know basic first aid for paw injuries. If you notice your dog limping or suspect a burn, stop the walk immediately and examine their paws. Look for signs of redness, swelling, discoloration, or bleeding. For minor burns, rinse the paw with cool, not cold water for several minutes to bring down the temperature and soothe the pain. Avoid using ice directly on the skin, as this can cause further damage. After rinsing, gently pat the paw dry with a clean cloth and apply a pet-safe antiseptic or burn gel if you have one on hand. Keep your dog from licking the injury, as this can slow healing or introduce bacteria. For more severe injuries like blisters, deep cracks, or bleeding, seek veterinary care right away. Your vet may recommend bandaging the paw and prescribing medication to manage pain or prevent infection. It's also worth noting that paw health is about more than just avoiding burns and frostbite. Keeping the nails trimmed and the fur between the paw pads neat can prevent snagging, slipping, and debris buildup. Long nails can alter your dog's gait, putting extra pressure on the paw pads, while excess fur can trap dirt, ice, or chemicals. Regular grooming ensures that the pads stay clean and healthy, reducing the risk of infection or injury. At the end of the day, your dog's paws are their foundation. They carry your pet through every walk, run, and adventure. The simple 7-second test is one of the easiest and most effective ways to protect them, but pairing it with mindful walk planning, protective gear, and regular paw care can make a world of difference. Your dog may not be able to tell you when the ground is too hot or too cold, but they rely on you to make those decisions for them. By staying aware and taking action, you're not just protecting their paws, you're protecting their overall comfort, mobility, and happiness. So, the next time you grab your leash and head for the door, pause for just a moment. Test the ground with your hand, think about the weather conditions, and choose the safest path for your furry friend. It's a small habit that can prevent a lot of pain and keep those paws ready for all the adventures to come. After all, happy paws make for a happy dog, and a happy dog means a happy owner.